What's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying your Hump Day Wednesday morning so far. This is MYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm just going to talk about the Trea Turner rumors that have been flying around the New York Mets the past couple of days when it comes to possibly signing him to a lucrative deal to bring him in to Flushing, Queens, going forward for the New York Mets. Trea Turner, I think, is a tremendous player. He obviously did a very solid job for the Los Angeles Dodgers last year when he actually hit about 298. He had 101 runs scored. He had 100 RBIs overall with 27 stolen bases with 21 home runs, and he almost had 200 hits in the game with an on-base percentage of 343, with a slugging percentage of 466, and an OPS of 809. We obviously know how tremendous a player he is. He actually is right now 29 years old. By the time we start next season, he'll be getting close to his age 30. He's played primarily at shortstop, but he's also dabbled and played a little bit in the center field and even at times played second base. Do I think the New York Mets should try to go out there and sign Trea Turner to a lucrative deal? Sure. I actually think he'd be an upgrade to the offense. The question is, if you do sign a guy like Trea Turner, where are you playing him? Now, he has played in the center field before. He has experience playing in the outfield. But do you feel comfortable enough to put Trea Turner in the outfield to take over at center field if, in fact, you end up letting a guy like Brandon Nimmo go in free agency because you want to try to get an upgrade with a guy like Trea Turner? I don't know how I feel about that because I believe Trea Turner, as much as he's going to give you on offense in center field, I think he's going to hurt you in terms of his defense. I see him more as a straight-up infielder overall, and I don't know if it's such the smartest idea to go out there and give a whole lot of money for Trea Turner if you primarily plan on playing him at the outfield position and specifically trying to play him in center field. So that's the one thing I really wonder about. Are the New York Mets willing to go out there and sign Trea Turner and make him primarily a center fielder? That's the thing I wonder about. And is he really that big of an upgrade in the outfield compared to what Brandon Nimmo was doing? Now, of course, when it comes to player-by-player stats, it's not even close. Trea Turner is a better player than Brandon Nimmo. That's not even a debate right now. But you also have to go with who's a better fit for what the New York Mets are trying to do in terms of the schematics of their outfield and their infield. Plus, if you want to try to sign Trea Turner and play him in the infield, do you possibly play him at second base and then you move a guy like Jeff McNeil over to third base and you make Eduardo Escobar a utility player? But then at the same time, what do you do with Brett Beatty, a kid that's ready to come up from the minor leagues, and he played a little bit last year before unfortunately he got hurt and missed the rest of the season with a fractured finger? Do you end up not putting Brett Beatty out there and make Brett Beatty continue to hone his craft over in the minor leagues in AAA Syracuse? These are the things you got to wonder about. As much as I like Trea Turner as a player, he can get on base, he could steal bases, he's not a complete, he's not like a big-time bopping home run hitter. He will give you occasionally 20 home runs per season. He has obviously hit over 100 RBIs. He'll get you about 200 hits per season. He's also a guy that will get you about 100 runs scored. But is he worth putting him in the center field position over bringing back a homegrown guy like Brandon Nimmo, who has grinded his teeth and has axed himself out as a New York Met for all these years? That's the one thing I want to know. So player-wise, absolutely. I think Trea Turner is an upgrade over Brandon Nimmo. But at the same time, am I willing to take a chance of putting him out there in center field and being my primary center fielder pretty much to take a chance that maybe he's not going to be the best defensive player out there, and maybe it's not going to just be the same in terms of your defensive play overall with Trea Turner at center field? But we'll have to see what the New York Mets are going to end up doing. Step one was signing Edwin Diaz to a long-term deal. Check. Now, it's about trying to see if Brandon Nimmo if you want to bring him back on a long-term deal with the fact his agent is Scott Boras, are you going to be willing to offer him a long-term deal? And is Trea Turner that much of an upgrade in the center field position if you plan on signing Trea Turner to be your everyday center fielder over what you had in Brandon Nimmo? So those questions have got to be asked. Plus the fact, are you willing to take that money that might be used to sign Jacob deGrom or some of your starting pitchers in order to sign a guy like Trea Turner? That's the questions that General Manager Billy Epler has to answer right now when it comes to the New York Mets and how he wants to put this team together heading into the offseason. There's a lot of questions still to be asked. Trea Turner right now is the biggest topic besides the homegrown players and the players that are New York Mets free agents that the team is thinking about bringing back. So these are the questions that we're hoping to get answers for as the offseason continues. But I want to know what you guys feel in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, and chatter, plus rumors surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping surrounding the New York Mets. And I want to know how you guys feel in the comment section. Would you be willing to sign Trea Turner to the long-term deal that he's going to be looking for? And if you do, where would you like to play Trea Turner on the diamond? Do you want him to become your primary center fielder, or would you be willing to move him to second base and pretty much make Jeff McNeil your third baseman and keep Brett Beatty in the minor leagues to continue to season him a little bit more, hone his craft in AAA Syracuse before you think about bringing him up? So these are the questions that I want to know what you guys feel about it, because the Mets, it's going to be a very, very tricky offseason. We're going to have to find out who else this team is going to bring back and what players they might be interested in signing in the offseason. But I thank you very much, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Take it easy, everyone. And always, let's go New York Mets. You always got to believe in those boys from Queens.